One photograph, hidden away for decades, its surface slowly fading, its story patiently waiting. When she finally saw it, after a lifetime of not knowing, everything she thought was true, everything she believed about her family, changed in an instant. It's remarkable, isn't it? How a single silent image, a captured moment from long ago, can hold the power to rewrite history, to mend what was broken, and to illuminate a path forward we never knew existed. This is the story of that photograph and the profound truth it held within its silver gelatin frame. Our story begins in the summer of 1968. The world was a whirlwind of change, but in a quiet suburban home, the only thing that mattered was family. A celebration was underway, a milestone birthday for the family patriarch. Laughter echoed through the rooms. The scent of a homemade cake filled the air, and children darted between the legs of adults. It was a day like any other happy family gathering, filled with warmth and familiar faces. Someone brought out a camera, a hefty piece of equipment back then, and decided to capture the moment. "Everyone, gather round," a voice called out. There was a shuffling of feet, a gentle coaxing of the little ones to stand still, and a chorus of bright, hopeful smiles. A brilliant flash illuminated the room, freezing that single second in time. A family united and happy, immortalized on film. Or so it seemed. What no one realized was that the camera, in its impartial honesty, captured more than just the smiles. It captured a fleeting glance, a shadow in the background, a silent story unfolding just beyond the edge of the celebration. It captured a secret, one that would lie dormant for half a century. After the party, the roll of film was developed. The photographs were passed around, admired, and then carefully placed into a heavy, leather-bound album. The group photo, the centerpiece of the collection, was given a special page. There they were, grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, and cousins, all beaming. The album was then closed, placed on a bookshelf, and over time, it gathered dust. Life, as it always does, moved on. The memory of that day, like the photograph itself, began to fade at the edges. For years, no one thought to look at it again. It was just one of many pictures in one of many albums. But inside, hidden in the soft focus of the background, a truth was waiting patiently to be revealed. A figure standing partially obscured by a doorway, almost like a ghost at the feast. A detail so small, so seemingly insignificant, that every eye that had ever glanced at the photo had missed it completely. It was a secret hidden in plain sight. The years rolled by like pages turning in a book. The children in the photograph grew up, fell in love, and had children of their own. The parents who had stood proudly in the center became grandparents, their hair silvering, their steps a little slower. The family tree branched out, growing new leaves with each passing season. Birthdays, weddings, holidays, new memories were made. New photographs were taken, and new albums were filled. The old dusty album from 1968 was relegated to a box in the attic, a relic of a time that felt increasingly distant. The family's story continued to unfold, rich with joy and sorrow, triumphs and challenges. Yet, the foundational chapter, the one captured in that single forgotten photograph, remained incomplete. The secret it held was like a missing piece of a puzzle they didn't even know they were solving. An untold story that unknowingly shaped the lives of everyone in the picture and the generations that followed. Then, one rainy afternoon, a day for indoor exploration, a young boy found his way into the attic. This was the grandson of the woman who was just a young girl in the 1968 photograph. He was looking for old toys, for treasures from a bygone era. He stumbled upon a cardboard box and inside the heavy leather-bound album. Curiosity piqued. He sat on the dusty floorboards and opened it. He slowly turned the thick, yellowed pages, looking at the strange clothes and the black and white faces of people he barely recognized. He came to the group photo. He traced the faces with his small finger, his great-grandfather, his grandmother as a little girl. And then, his young, sharp eyes noticed something. Something in the background by the doorway. It wasn't a piece of furniture or a shadow. It was a face, a person. Someone no one had ever mentioned. He looked closer, his brow furrowed in concentration. It was a young woman, her expression a mix of longing and sorrow, looking not at the camera but at the family. "Grandma," he called out, his voice echoing in the quiet attic. "Who is this?" He brought the album downstairs to his grandmother. She put on her reading glasses and peered at the page he was pointing to. At first, she saw nothing but the familiar scene. "What is it, dear?" she asked. He pointed again. There, in the doorway, her eyes followed his finger, and for the first time in 50 years, she truly saw the photograph. She saw the forgotten face. A gasp escaped her lips. The world around her seemed to fall away, and a flood of fragmented, dreamlike memories rushed back. A name she hadn't spoken in decades formed on her lips. It was her older sister. A sister who, according to the quiet family narrative, had left home years before that photo was ever taken and was never spoken of again. But here she was, present yet absent, a part of the family yet an outsider. The photograph wasn't just a picture of a party. It was a record of a painful secret farewell. It turned out his sister hadn't just left. She had been there, one last time, to see the family she was forced to leave behind due to a deep, heartbreaking disagreement with their father. The photo was the only proof that she had ever come back. That single discovery cracked the family's history wide open. The grandmother, with the photograph in her trembling hands, finally asked the questions she was taught never to ask. Her elderly mother, seeing the proof in the picture, finally broke her long-held silence. The story that emerged was one of misunderstanding, youthful pride, and decades of silent regret. It was a story of a sister who had spent her life hoping for a reunion that never came. Armed with this new, heartbreaking knowledge, the family started a search, and they found her. Old and frail, living just a few towns away. The reunion was tearful, emotional, and profoundly healing. The photograph that had held a painful secret for 50 years had become the key to unlocking a future filled with forgiveness and reconnection. It changed how they all saw their past, not as a simple story of happiness, but a complex tapestry of love, sacrifice, and the enduring strength of family ties. The faded image didn't just capture a moment, it held a promise. A promise that it's never too late to find your way back home. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Subscribe to Golden Wisdom Waves for more stories that touch the heart.